Good afternoon, everybody. This is Anne from Body Gallery. Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to show you how I make these little pins. I designed a little Celtic rose to go at the end of my beads. So I'm going to try and get it in there without screwing up the focus. Okay, so these are really easy to do. Probably will take you around about 6 or 8 times of practicing before you get them really well formed. But I start with copper. Piece of copper. Generally it's around about 11-12 centimeters long. I find if it's much shorter than 10, it's really hard to form the knots that you need to do because you just don't have enough room with your fingers trying to pull your pieces of wire through. So this gauge of copper is 0.65 or something. 0.65 and if I can get back to the 0 I'll be fine. 0.65, 0.66. It's reasonably thin but quite firm when you're actually making your pins. As I've said in my other videos, I'm lucky enough my son is an electrician, so I get all the offcuts of any of the cable that he gets and I just strip it and use all that. And they come in different gauges as well. But this is a stuff from the wall, so that they normally use. I think it's a 4 mil wire or something or other. Just got 3 pieces cabling in it. And each cable or each little piece has got like 7 pieces in it. Anyway, we'll start with this. I use 3 different tools. A pair of pliers. This is for, of course, the winding. To start with your loops. This one here, I actually have, it's got a groove in it. So it actually holds the wire really quite nicely. And a nylon one as well. So we're going to start with winding your piece of copper wire. I like to wind it like 2 to 2.5 times so that it looks like that. Okay. Oh, excuse me. With the edge that you finish with, go to the other side of the loop, right? You need to place this piece of wire at the end through that loop, like so. That will start to form your first little pedal for your pin. With your pliers, hold your piece of wire because it slips around. Start to pull it through with that loop. Once you manipulate it into place, don't tighten it up just yet because you need to put your end of your wire back through that loop that you've just started. Popping it back in through that loop. Once you've popped it in, then you can tighten that last loop that you did. So get your pliers, manipulate. I just hold it in my hands like that and just manipulate. Hence why I probably got really horrible nails, because all I do is play with wire and tin and metal all day. Nice and firm. If you want it really tight, pull it really tight. If you want your petals looking a little bit more full, don't tighten it so much. Once you've done that, then you can start to pull your other piece of wire back through to make another loop. Again, when you get to it being a smaller loop, don't tighten it up a lot because you need to stick that end back through there again. But with this time, instead of going straight through the loop that you've just made, you need to go through the loops at the beginning that you made. So the double loop on your on this that you made, back through that, so it's through that double one. But then you have to actually push it through that secondary loop that you made as well. So if I can manipulate that in there. Okay, so it looks like that. And again, once you've done that, that loop that you made, not the first one, but the second loop that you made, you can then tighten that one back up. Again, just manipulating it a little bit with your hand to get it to tighten to whatever sort of little petal size that you want. Okay, start pulling that through, and that's your last petal look that you are getting. Again, just manipulate it a little bit around here, a little bit around there. Okay, so there's your little knot, little rose looking end. All right, if you really want it nice and tight, which I actually do, I will get this and I will pull so that it just tightens that rose bud up. That also gives me a chance to use this to straighten my wire back out. So again, yeah, all nice. Your ends are quite long, right? So whatever you want to put on, how much you want to put on. If you want to do a wrap later on, you can do your wrap. There won't be, depends on the sort of amount of beads you put on, I suppose, is to how much is left over. But as I said, you know, if you're working with something that's too short, it becomes a bit hazardous with the room. So, hoping that you like my little rosette, and hope you have fun actually trying to make them. And I will see you and talk to you in another video soon. See you guys.